Well, good morning, good morning, good morning.
Good morning.
It is a beautiful day.
It is.
And we have a video here for you from Palisades Reservoir.
Yes, that's correct.
And I believe that is just outside of Alpine,
Wyoming. But it's in Idaho.
It's actually in Idaho, but
Yeah.
it's less than 3 miles, 4 miles, I
Yeah.
think is what it is, to Alpine, Wyoming.
Yeah.
So it's like 75 miles to a first town with anything in it
To a very
in
big
Utah.
town.
So
What a beautiful place to stay. Though.
it was such a beautiful place, and we had a lot of fun there. Sandy beaches, and so you'll enjoy this. I hope. Enjoy. Big old bald eagle just flew up and landed in that tree right behind our bus. She would fly off.
I went too, so you could see him fly.
It's raining though, he doesn't want to move.
Yeah, I don't blame him.
Okay, now this morning when we got up, there was a big bald eagle came and landed on a tree right by us, right out our back window. And we're driving, headed over to a little town in Idaho. And I want you to look at this on a gigantic eagle's nest right up here on top of the pole. I mean, I could see that from a mile back. It's just about. It's huge. Now, the cool thing about eagles is they do use the same nest year after year, and they just seem to get bigger and bigger. But I'm sure since we saw, as we left the house, we saw 4 either juvenile bald eagles or golden eagles. They were huge, and then 2 bald eagles, adults. So we're just anticipating getting some good shots. The colors here are fantastic. And then if you turn over this way, the lake is pretty magnificent. And the leaves are starting to change. It's just so amazing. And Debbie's sitting in the car. We have a pelican, and he's pretty big. Can't tell it in this picture, but he's pretty big. This morning we've seen 5 or 6 eagles,
Yes.
There were like 4 or 5 sitting in the tree right behind us that were talking to each other, Debbie said this morning.
They're making noise, chattering.
And then we've watched an osprey. He must be a newbie. Probably a this year's, right?
He's an apprentice for
He's
sure.
Apprenticed osprey. He's dove down twice, caught a fish, got up out of the water a little ways, and dropped it. So he's just learning. He doesn't know how to hold on to him very good yet. Beautiful out here. We did have snow not last night, but the night before.
Not here.
Up on the mountain.
Up on the mountains, yes, yes.
Right over there on the mountain.
Yeah.
And see. Oh, Mr. Pelican, where are you? Can't. Should be right out there. Well, baby.
Yes.
We got our little lawn chairs. And we're sitting out here just watching the little waves come in.
We've been watching birds. There's been, what kind of birds here today?
Pelicans, also ospreys, all doing their job, hunting for fish.
Golden eagles and bald eagles.
Golden eagles, bald eagles. Man, it's been amazing. Yeah, their whole paddling of ducks.
It's called we looked that up. It's called a team, right?
A team,
a raft,
or a paddling
of ducks.
You can call them any of the three if you see a group of ducks.
Yeah, so there was a group of ducks.
So see, this is a learning channel, baby.
Yes, it is. And several airplanes.
Oh, we saw the prettiest little amphibious airplane that just came by, and that's why I went up and got my camera, and we brought our just in case they came back, because man, it was cute. It was a pusher, had that propeller on the back of the cabin, and then it had and they've been landing out here on the other side of the lake. They've landed 2 or 3 times today. What a cool thing.
And I'd say the temperature today is about 70.
Oh man, it's just perfect is what it is.
It's really perfect.
And we've been walking up and down the beach, picking up glass, little pieces, beer cans, soda cans, any kind of trash. And you can't see them, I don't think, but I built little stacks of stones down the beach, each place, because I gathered up enough I couldn't carry anymore. So I would just build up a little stack of stones, so when we take our plastic bags back out there to pick them up, be easy to find.
Out there's a big bunch down there of trash.
Yep, right by that log.
Yeah.
It's way down there by that
water.
log. Mm-hmm. And we're going to get all that trash in.
It's a bald eagle.
Uh-huh. Listen at these beautiful waves. We're just out taking a walk this evening, and the temperature is perfect. But my Debbie, she got some sunburn today, so she's saying, oh, she's so cold. So she's heading back to the house, so I guess I'll join her. I'm not much into taking walks by myself, but I sure do like to take them with that girl up there. She's amazing. So it's beautiful out this morning. We have clouds just hanging.
Watch out, you're going to get the dog.
Well, we're just taking a walk this morning, as always, when it's not raining. I love it. And Maisie, she loves to get out there in front of us and explore.
This is evidence of the rain.
Yeah, this right here is evidence of the rain. All the mud puddles and we've had quite a bit of rain the last couple of days. I don't know exactly how much, but we don't have a rain gauge. But that little fine misty rain, just, you go outside, you'd get wet in about 30 seconds. Your hair'd be soaked. So even though it was a fine misty rain, it was coming on down. Now all along this beach here, we see these fire rings like this. This is like a campsite here. There's several sites. There's a campsite up on top on the bank up there. Several sites that are obvious campsites. But it's interestingly, it's been, somebody left their trash in their fire ring. We can pick up trash here, babe, and there. They left trash in both of these deals. But even down in the water, when you look out, you can see fire rings. But we'll do our part. We'll make sure it gets cleaned up. And look here, another.
That's not somewhere you could take your bus.
Deb says I couldn't take my bus up this, and boy, that is the truth. That's a steep bank. There's no way.
Bottom on there.
Yeah, but we did take our little car up there, Deb.
Yeah.
We went around that way, looking for the best spot when we came and did our little reconnaissance.
I'll go get some trash bags and come back.
It's okay. Let's walk down here to the beach. We'll come back later. We're going to be here for 3 or 4 more days. We'll get it cleaned up. And we have had some cool encounters. I've watched those pelicans and the ducks. We've had big groups of ducks, and then right now there's a little gull out there floating on the water, and we've had eagles. Yesterday morning about this time, it was raining like everything, and 2 eagles were sitting right down here on the water. So it's been kind of a joy watching all these different animals. Mostly birds. And it's interesting, this is all sandy, but then there'll be places where it's clay. So that's what you don't want to get into with the bus. And like right here, you can see that this is clay here, and it's soft and spongy when you step on it. It's just, you could make pottery out of that. Now in Oklahoma, anytime you have a good rain like this, that's the time to start looking for arrowheads.
Yeah.
There'll be arrowheads all over the place. So we probably can find some glass that's been uncovered, that kind of stuff. I'm going to walk down here closer to the water. I wish that these cameras could show what we actually can see with our eyes. It's pretty amazing.
When we got out here 8 days ago, it was the weekend. And they were in the warm weather, so there were a lot of families out here with their kids playing on the beach and stuff. And one of the reasons that we like to pick up stuff is because this could sure hurt a baby's foot.
It could. That old ugly glass.
Or an adult's, but when you see these little kids, they're not often as careful. And sometimes they're just turned up like this, and somebody's foot can get hurt. What are we doing?
You want something to put that in?
Oh, I will.
Yeah. There you go.
So there's something down there in the water. What is that?
That is that log that we found all the trash by the other day.
Yeah. I remember that.
So the rain it looks like kind of washed it out into the water because it was up on the bank before. I'm not sure you can see him, but there goes the eagle flying away right there.
Going south.
Uh-huh. Kind of looks like a moose came and visited our lake last night.
I'm not sure what the facts are.
Not sure, but it looks very moosey to me.
They're up a very large elk, but I've been really wanting to see a moose. I've seen lots of elk in my life, but I've only seen one moose in the wild.
Debbie wants to see a moose. Now we did see a moose at
Breckenridge.
Breckenridge close up.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to walk over towards Mr. Eagle. I don't have one of those. What are those things that steady your camera?
Gimbal?
Gimbal. I don't have a gimbal, so
Not as
have to just hold on to it. Wonder how close we can get before he decides, whoa. He doesn't want to fly right now. Hey, Mr. Eagle, are you going to fly for us? Hey, Mr. Eagle! He doesn't want to fly. He's very happy right where he's at. Now the red is really starting to come out on these mountains. It's pretty cool. We're seeing a big change here.